Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this googly-eyed little gingerbread man. So let me show you what you're going to need. A pair of googly eyes, the color of your choosing. I think I'm going to do green. A crochet hook, a size H. You can use a bigger size if you like. A tapestry needle. Some little pom-poms. Mine are, let's see, it looks like, it says they're pop assorted 3 tinsel pom-poms. I think I purchased these off Joann's. And then some rickrack, the color of your choosing. Mine is just something I had, it's old, little rickrack. And then some brown yarn. And so let's get started. Let's move him out of the way. You're going to start with a magic loop. So there's my magic loop. And then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to grab my googly eyes. Lay my magic loop right over that little loop. And then I'm going to do 8 half double crochets around, whoops, there's a fuzzy, around the googly eyes and the magic loop. So I'm just going to do 8 of those. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's my 8. I'm going to take the end and put it behind the eyes. And then you can still see that that one loop's still in front. I'm going to wrap the yarn around my hook and stick it in between the eyes and put 2 more half double crochets. I'm sorry, 4 more. So I have to add 2 more. And then I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. There's a slip stitch. That's what this dart looks like. I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to put a half double crochet in that same stitch. So that counts as 2. And then I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. So I'm just going to continue putting 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. Okay, so now I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning and then chain 1, and then I'm going to cut my working yarn and I'm going to weave in the end, and I'll see when I get back. So you're going to need to start with a magic loop for the body. So there's my magic loop. I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to put 10 half double crochets in the magic loop. So I'm going to complete 10 in the magic ring of half double crochets. So I've made my 10 half double crochets in my magic ring, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, So I've slip stitched the beginning and I've chained 1, and I'm going to cut my working yarn, and you're going to want to weave in the ends. Tighten your magic loop, make sure you knot it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and make a slip knot, put it on my crochet hook, and I'm going to start 1, 2, 3 stitches. You can see 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a single crochet in that stitch, and then I'm going to chain 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 6. So there's a total of 7, and then I'm going to chain 1 more, and then I'm gonna cut my working yarn, and I'm gonna knot it. I know this doesn't make sense to you yet, but it will. And so I'm gonna start with another slip knot. It's on my crochet hook. So then I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to single crochet it to that stitch, and then I'm gonna chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm gonna do 1 more, and I'm going to cut my working yarn and make that a knot. And so that's another one. And then the next one, I'm going to make another slip knot, and I'm going to go right next to that. So this is going to be a leg, and then this is going to be a leg. So I'm going to go skip 1, and I'm going to put that one with a single crochet, and then I'm going to chain 7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's going to be 7 chains and 1 single crochet, and then you're going to chain 1 more for the knot, and then that's how I count. And so that's the knot at the end, and then I'm going to count 3 up. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do the other arm over here. I just thought this was the easiest way I found. So there's 1, 2, 3. So this is the other arm. So I'm going to start with a single crochet to the body, and then I'm going to chain 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and then 1 more for the knot. Okay, so then you have your arms and your legs. I know it looks funny. And then, so that's what I've got so far. I know it looks funky, but trust me, I'm gonna weave in the ends up here before I get started, because it'll just be too confusing. So let me come back after that. I know he looks wonky, but this is what you got. You have a circle with, you're supposed to have 9, a length of 9. 1, let's see here if I can figure out how to count here. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 9 is including the knot on the bottom. And then there should be 8 including the knot on the top. So let's get started with the next part. And so I start with another slip knot, and then now I'm going to start in the top stitch. If I can insert my hook, I must have pulled it so tight. And then I'm going to start with a single crochet. I always try to crochet over my end so it saves me some time. So I'm going to do half double crochet in the next stitch, and then another half double crochet, and then I'm going to go one more half double crochet in that next stitch, and you're sharing the stitch with the arm. And then so I'm just going to pull that stitch a little bit tighter, and then I'm going to go into that stitch on the arm, that first single crochet with a half double crochet, so you can see what I did. So I went into the base of the stitch where the arm came out, and then I went and started going into the little length, and now I'm going to do half double crochet in each of the stitches to the end of the arm. And when I get to the end, I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I've made it to the end. I have one more stitch, so I'm just going to do a half double crochet in that next stitch, and then I'm going to put 2 extras in there, so I'll be a total of 3. Whoops. And I'm just going to crochet right over that end. So then you can see there's 3 in there. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go into the next stitch with a half double crochet. And then the next. So I'm just going along the bottom part of that chain that I did the other side. So I'm just going to continue with 1 half double crochet. And now I've made it to the base, so I'm going to put it in that base of that chain. And then I'm going to make sure I pull that tight, and then I'm going to go into the circle part, that first chain of the circle, right there where the base is. So you can see that there's going to be another stitch going in there. And that way you won't have any open spaces. You can see what I did. And then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And then 1 half double crochet in the next. Okay, so I'm in the same base as where the chain, I did the chain, and so I'm just going to put a half double crochet in that same single crochet that I did for the starting chain, and I'm just going to repeat the same thing I did with the arm, is I'm going to go in each of the stitches all the way to the end, and I'm going to add 2 extras in the end for me turning it, and then come back up and go down again. So I just continue with a half double crochet. Okay, so now I've completed the entire length of that, and I'm going to put 2 more half double crochets. So there's my 3 in the end, and I'm just going to go into the next stitch. Oops. Okay, so I've made it to the base, and I'm going to put it in that same, another half double crochet in the same stitch where I join that, and I'm going to make a half double crochet in the next stitch because there's one in between. And then I'm going to start with the same one. I'm going to put it in the base again, and then I'm just going to go into that single crochet where I started the leg. I think I'm on a leg, yeah. And so I'm just going to put another half double crochet, and then I'll do the same thing with this leg. Go all the way up to the end, put 2 extra, come back. Make sure I'm putting them in the base of each of the stitches. So I'll see you when I get to the end of this round of this leg. Okay, so I made it to the end, and I'm going to add my 2 half double crochets to the end of the leg. So there's my 3, and then I'm not going to go in this one again, I'm going to go in the next one. So I'm just going to continue back and make sure I get into the base of that leg. Okay, so I've made it back to the single crochet where I started, and I put a half double crochet in there. And then now I'm going to put a half double crochet in the next, or in that same, the base where that came out of. I don't know what else you want to call it. And then put a half double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're back to the arm, and I put it right where that comes out of again, a half double crochet, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet in the single crochet where I started the arm, and I'm just going to repeat this. Oops. Just like I've done all the way around. So now I'm going to do that. This is going to be the arm. So I'll see you when I'm gone to the bed. Remember that when you get to the end stitch, you have to add 2 more so you can turn around. So I have completed my turn. I put 3 in the end, and I've put my first half double crochet in the next stitch. And so I'm going to continue the way back. Okay, so I've made it back to the beginning of that, where that stitch comes in for the single crochet when I've attached, and so I'm just going to put a half double crochet in there. There it is. And then I'm going to put a half double crochet right where it came out, and then I'm going to put a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to leave a little length so I can attach it to the body, the head to the body. So there's your legs and your arms for your gingerbread. And now all you have to do is just weave in those few ends, and we're going to attach it to the body. So I just take that end after I knotted that, and make sure he's upright where he's even, and then I'm just gonna see where he needs to be attached, and I'm just gonna attach him. I'm gonna insert it into the body first, and then pull it up from the back to the front of the head, and then you can see. And then I'm just going to come back in that same stitch without getting tangled. And then I'm going to go into the next stitch. And I'm just going to do this for 3 stitches or so until I think he looks good. Now, I'm sure there's other ways to do a gingerbread man, but this is what I found that was easy enough, not too intricate. Okay, and so I'm just going to weave it back in. Oops. And then there I have my gingerbread man. I'm just going to weave in my ends and see when I get back. Okay, so I've weaved in my ends and I've cut my rickrack. I just measured what I needed and gave it a little snip, and I hot glued them down. And then I got my pom-poms and I pulled out the colors I chose and I glued them down. One's green and one's red. And then I took my ribbon. It's just ribbon, and it's 1/8 of an inch, and there's 10 yards of it. I think it's like $1 something. And I just made a little small little bow for a bow tie, and I glued it down. And so there you have your little googly-eyed gingerbread man. If you're interested in being a pattern tester for my googly-eyed creatures, please email me at Lisalovescrochetandknit@gmail.com. I would love to see your changes that you've made to the gingerbread man and how you decorate them, or any of my googly-eyed creatures. I'm always happy to see everybody else's creativity and their creations behind them. So like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.